so this is your Pick a Stone reading. We're gonna see what your guides have to say to you at this time. So take your time, meditate, and this is a timeless reading. You can pick multiples, and I will see you at your stone. This is stone number 1, stone number 2, and stone number 3. Group number 1. So as I was pulling your cards, the words that I was getting were you're going to be okay and break records. I feel what your guides are telling you at this time is moving forward. Your success rate in whatever you are working towards is going to be very high. There's a lot of achievement that I feel with this, achievement towards your goals. I'm being drawn to the mountains in this image. As I say the mountains, then I can see that it's transformed into a cathedral or some sort of tower. And they're pointing this out because they're saying how the challenges that have been presented to you have now turned into a favorable position for you. So you can look at this in the same context as working out, where it builds stamina, it builds strength, it builds resistance. So the resistance builds the stamina and the strength, and then it puts on, or you put on, more resistance. But in this context, it feels as if external circumstances were surmounting, and then you were able to persevere past this. And this is bringing in, well, they're showing me an image of an individual, and it's being transformed in my mind into these 2 images right here. So this person in particular that's in the cup is this person here in the Judgment Day, right? In the Judgment card, but they're presenting this as Judgment Day. And it feels as if this is competition. So whether this is really breaking records, like there is actual competition in whatever I'm referencing, or if this is more of just the example that's being presented, it feels as if they are surprised, they're shocked, not necessarily because you're doing something that they didn't expect. It's the way that it's presented to them. So they just showed me an image of Stephen King. Well, the name Stephen King and the name, what is it, James Patterson. I think these are common authors that I see all the time at libraries, all the time at book sales, all the time at book stores. Like, these names are everywhere. So it's like your presence is now unavoidable. So it's not that they didn't expect that you would succeed. It's the deliverance of your success, the amount, not necessarily the intensity, but just the vast success that is being presented to you. Now, your guides are focusing me on to the Four of Swords, and they're encircling it and saying that this is the card that is the focal point of this reading, the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is being presented to me as the weight of the return. The return of you. They're showing chrysalis, so they're saying how the common example of the butterfly being transformed from the caterpillar. So this is the waiting period as that caterpillar turns into the butterfly. So they're congratulating you on being withstanding the storm, withstanding the wait, withstanding the time, the stillness that you have taken to meditate, taken to be still, taken to be calm, because then they transform this to being frozen, like you've been frozen in time, frozen in space, frozen in meditation, frozen in this state. And here comes the outpouring of abundance. And the abundance that's being represented here is due to your hard work. It feels like you're working on something. It feels like an actual thing that you're working on. Again, we're going to use an example of Stephen King or some other, James Patterson, these authors, where they're working on themselves while they're working on their craft. So that craft is developing themselves even mentally. The way I'm seeing is this expansive mind. So as these authors are writing, their mind, their imagination, their even them socializing, it's like what they're presenting, your guides are presenting to me is these authors moving with intention, like they're socializing with the intention of gathering data for their book, or gathering data for same thing. I heard just specific examples like for their book. So it was like character development in their book. And then I was hearing examples of, kind of just how things work, how the world works, how different mechanics work that are involved in the book. So they're going out with this intention, but even as they do those, they're developing themselves, because now their social skills are being challenged when they're going out. Their memorization is being challenged when they're learning about new things, right? So this is where I'm seeing an emphasis on you, that whatever's an outpour, and then I'm holding this deck because I want to pull from here, and at the bottom it's showing me success. Below that too is gratitude. It says you attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. And then there's a card right here, but it didn't show me this. It pulled me to the next one, which is birth. New life, such as a baby, an idea, happy news, or an exciting project blossoms within and around you. So multiple confirmations. I'll leave this one here. I mean, these are relevant as well, the ones that I just mentioned to you. And then they're stopping me here. They're pulling me to these two cards. They're showing this as New York City. They're showing me as Los Angeles. They're showing me as Cleveland, like all of these cities where on the outskirts of town, there's a hiking trail. So this could be a very specific message to you, that you're going to be socializing with people outside of your town. You could very well be going to those specific areas and then being on the outskirts. This feels very literal to me. So there's an emphasis here on something to look forward to, okay? So they're saying you're going to be outside or on the outskirts of a major city, a major town, and you're going to be socializing, because again, this is very literal to me. You're going to be socializing with other people, and there's something, I just heard marketable imagination. Is that what I heard? Oh gosh, it just slipped. It was marketable something. It's imagination, field of dreams. So what happens here? This marketable idea. It's going to come to you. You're going to have a marketable idea, or it's being further developed because of this particular instance. But in it of itself, this is also some sort of reward. I think it's more of just like you guys rewarding yourselves, but there's a spiritual component to this. There's a spiritual component to you being present with these people, and your guides are emphasizing that they want you to also be present for this. Presence of mind. Obviously, you're going to be physically there, but really try and clear your mind, and just be there. Be aware of that. Try and just really soak it in for what it is. They're connecting it to the Follow the Leader card in reverse, because this is also another congratulations to you that you are not following the trend of something familiar or something popular in a way that is not unique to you. They show me the word illustration or illustrated. It's a little bit of the same, but they're cutting it because I said illustration, so they're cutting it, and so they're telling me I'm wrong. I should have said illustrated, because that's what I did see illustrated. So sorry. Let's be clear here. They're showing illustrated. There's specific. They want to be specific about that. Illustrated. Now, illustrated could be a very specific word for you in this context, but they're also showing illustrated because it's putting it as it has been done. It has been illustrated. So you have illustrated to the universe, to your guides, to yourself, to the public. This is very important, because it's not just it's everything's in balance is what it feels like, right? So it's what you're communicating to the world, literally, like to the public, is also being illustrated to your guides. It's being illustrated to yourself. This is not something that you feel like you're an imposter in. You feel in alignment with exactly what you say is exactly what you mean, and it is exactly what you do. And they're congratulating you on this because you are the leader. You are not to be led. Now, you may have been following the pursuit of something that has other guidance, right? But again, there is a unique imprint that you have allowed yourself to maintain and also modify, strengthen. What is the word I'm getting? You see what I'm saying? It's like you're refine. You are refined as your path, as you being the leader here in your life and your choices. And I saw the word consequences, but these are positive consequences. And it's this awareness that I see from you throughout all of this, saying, I'm aware that the consequences of my actions will lead to certain specific outcomes. Therefore, I'm going to be mindful of what I do, so the consequences are of a successful nature. And then they connect me back to here, and then they just flash the whole deck. And again, the key word here, because I said it before I even saw the deck, high success rate for you. They bring me all the way here because they said you haven't quite addressed these two. They said that I have, but I haven't really touched on it. There's a perfectionist mindset right here that you have worked on, and it feels like you're a master of pushing away perfectionism. It's, again, a refined version of you where you are working towards improving anything that you feel needs improvement, but you're not harmful towards yourself for the most part. I feel that the majority of the time you're not harmful towards yourself, making harmful remarks, harmful, self-sabotaging anything. And they're highlighting perfectionism in the sense, of course, where it could be a method of kind of like waiting, not actually taking action on something, not being good enough, all of those things. It's like, okay, I am imperfect, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to keep going. And now you are productive, right? So it's a way for you to be productive here. I was going to pull whatever's on the top, and I said, wait. And then they pulled me into this tree. And I heard a song. What is the song? Can you bring it back? I can't get the song, but it feels like, well, what is it? Okay, so if I can't really hear the song clearly, can you explain to me what it is that you want me to know about the song? Patience. There's an emphasis on patience, but as I say the word patience, I feel at peace. And they told me to count to 7 and you'll know the answer. I didn't even get to 7. I got to around 4 and I heard the word patience. But I wanted to tell you what I heard because I feel that that's very important for you to know. And maybe this is something that you need to hear as well. Count to 7 and you'll hear the answer. And yeah, keep going. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. This is what you've been doing, absolutely. Stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. This is exactly what I'm saying. I split the deck. It says, allow yourself to receive. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending you. So this is exactly what I see here, and I think this is a great way to end this because this is their final message to tie this all together. Hello, group number 1. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending you. That's your message. So I will see you guys in your next video. Bye. Number 2, so as I was pulling your cards, I was hearing a lot of laughter. I got an image of a group of people. It was kind of like when I grew up, we would do a lot of potlucks at the park. And so that's the image that I was getting. There's a lot of people. And then I heard and I felt like you were surrounded by people that feel very familiar to you. It's like people of your kind, like people who you identify with in some way. You feel connected to them. There seems to be some sort of commonality between all of you there. And I also got the words self-acceptance and victory of the mind. And so I was not surprised to see this card come out here because I feel this is very significant here. I feel like, well, they're all significant because as I say that, then all of these start highlighting to me. And then they're also bringing me to this, which was the bottom of the deck. It's the way that they're presenting it to me, though, is the final energy. So they're showing this as a final energy here. It feels as if you have a decision to make. There's multiple decisions I feel you have to make with regards to some important aspects of your life. It feels like it bleeds into everything. So it's relationship aspects, it's friendship aspects, it's financial aspects, it's the way that you even like the way that you relate to people, or the way that you connect to people, or the way that you like look at life. There's just a lot coming to my awareness and coming to mine here from your guides, and they're saying that you're being presented here with many different opportunities. You're getting many different offers, and so it's important that you take time to be with yourself, minimize distractions. I'm feeling this shaking movement, so I feel there's like somatic exercises, lymphatic drainage, like something where you're like rebounders, you know, like a trampoline, like something where you can kind of heal and shake and cleanse your internal system and calm the mind so that you're able to make the right decisions when it comes to what's happening here. It almost feels like you have a tendency, or you're going to have the tendency to take the easy way out, or to take I don't know if it's necessarily the easy way out, but it's like something that just feels like, how can I make this example? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple examples here. So when it comes to the cards, okay, they're emphasizing these two here and this one. They're emphasizing these. Okay, all of them again, pretty much. Okay, so, and I want to pull this so you can kind of see. This is the Lovers, and the Lovers being represented here as a choice to be made as well. And it's a mindset that's being emphasized here, that has to occur here. It has to do with your mind. Okay. And they don't want you to have the tendency to choose or lean towards the choice that seems more appealing, surface level, because it's not going to lead you into a place that you're going to feel genuinely satisfied. It's only going to be surface level satisfaction that's going to crumble and keep you entrapped in a place or a position that you are truly uncomfortable in. But there seems to be a habitual nature to this, where it feels as if the deeper reason why you would be picking this is because that is where you feel most comfortable, most safe, because it's something that seems to be a reoccurring theme. So then they show an example here, and they want to tie this in with here, where this lady, they're showing her holding a crystal ball. So it's the answers and the energy that feels misaligned here. So it's as if you're fluctuating in lower energies, or had the tendency to fluctuate in lower energies. So as that temptation for a lower energy to meet you, then it becomes an energetic, it's the temptation of the energetic match to that, while the answers in the higher vibration exist within reach and within you. And so you have that choice to maintain that higher vibration and match with the higher vibration, albeit it's less familiar, because you've spent a lot of time in some of those lower energies. And this can be translated to as, for example, having a tragic or stressful childhood, and you've put the effort in to adjust that. And then when something familiar or similar to that comes through, for the most part, you are maintaining that higher vibration, but it's like those right elements can cause a temptation here. So your guides, this would be emphasis to warn you, don't fall for this. To recognize, they're showing me the butterfly, recognize that transformation that you have already achieved, And it's like, again, they're showing this person exhibited as a butterfly here. So as this is a newborn butterfly, and then they're showing coming to life, right? This one is coming to life. So this butterfly, as it comes out of its cocoon, has spent less time as a butterfly than it has as a cocoon. It's spent less time as a butterfly as it has as a caterpillar, less time as it has as an egg. So again, just off of spatial time, whatever, you have spent less time in this healed state, this enlightened state, this lighter state. So continue so that you maintain and stay in this light state. Okay. The spirit of place is connecting it as well, kind of emphasizing that same message. And then they show me with this card the volcano and the rock. And it's like hiding the rock, and it feels like, again, maybe this has something to do with your past or past energy that's connected to you somehow, and it almost feels like a tendency to want to hide it. And also when you hide it, then you're putting more emphasis on it than it needs to. Like, no one cares about that rock, okay? Like, I don't care about that rock. Other people don't care about that rock. You care about that rock. It's like you're this king on the throne with a rock here, and you're so embarrassed of this rock. And it's like, no one cares. Why are you making such a big deal? And then now that shows an insecurity in you. It makes you as a king look weak, because it's like, why is this king so bent, like stuck on this freaking rock? What does this mean? And so it's that same thing where it's like, this is in your past, okay? But but something is happening that's triggering your attention to this rock. So there's something triggering a past wound, a past energy, past something. The reason why they're showing is because this is a volcano. It's like, you need to pay attention to this new thing. But this rock they're showing is actually a lava rock from a past eruption. So there's a new trigger, whether this is a positive trigger or not. It's just something that's causing an internal reaction from you that is highlighting something from the past. So they don't want you to follow a bad pattern. They want you to continue that victorious, cheerful, joyful pattern. And then they show the word victory, and they show again that park scene that I was telling you about, because you have your people. You have, or you will soon seek out and find and discover. There's a rediscovery of self and a discovery of those that can relate to exactly who you are. And in that, they're saying, follow the reward that we're giving you, the opportunity, because as there are multiple choices here, that in itself is the opportunity, because you have outlets, you have ways to, you have options on how to behave. You have options on what to choose. You have you get what I'm saying. So maybe this is people, right? So now you have other people, you have other options that you can choose. So you to perceive it as such and use this opportunity to follow, like with this card, it's like, follow this pentacle that's being presented from outreached hand from the sky. It's like, how that's miraculous. How does that even happen in real life, right? It's just out of nowhere. And when you walk through past this garden, it's going to lead you exactly to that tower where you feel you righteously belong. Here's the birds. It's messengers. Follow that. She's not tied up, right? She's surrounded by these swords. If she were to go and continue blindly, she will trip on her dress. She will harm herself. She can get out of this if she so chooses to see it for what it is. And it's the fear that is holding her back from taking this off to see it for what it is. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of what was. It's all of that that is causing her to wait. Now, again, it's a victory of the mind. It's a self-acceptance, and this is a powerful opportunity to be in the position of in a powerful position of where you righteously belong. So again, don't take the tendency to do what seems easy, surface level, satisfying. Go for the more challenging, the deeper, that's what they're saying, is when you don't even have to think about it hard. You know what you're supposed to do here. You know the answer to this. So just keep doing that, doing exactly what you know. And then they're pointing this card out here. And this, I feel, is the death of the old you. You have already risen again. Like, this looks like a tomb. This is the past entombed here. And the story of your past is in the past. Let that be in the past. You have already moved into the second chapter of your life. Okay, the more victorious, joyful, connected pattern of your life. I forgot about these cards till they pointed it out. So your card is share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. It is time for others to enjoy your creative work. That to me says it is time for you to really be recognized for exactly who you are, and that means to continuously put yourself out there and don't allow yourself to shrink to whatever this past thing is. Don't allow yourself to go into any, look, the Empress right here. And she gives, to me, she's the world. She gives and she gives and she gives because she receives. It's like, to be able to give, she has to be nourished. And in that nourished state, she's able to give. And by give, I mean give birth, right? To produce and reproduce. She's you think Mother Earth, she's the provider, right? In that sense, she is the creator. She is the portal of continued life. So this is where your guides are emphasizing you to stay in that state of being. And they really want to emphasize the words allow and time. Time allows, and emphasizing the today and the indecision that is or would be keeping you stagnant and not falling into this trap of stagnancy that could potentially take you back, is an allowing, right? Allowance here. And again, others to enjoy your creative work. So the Empress is not someone who's going to hide, right? So the more that you're out, the more that people are going to be able to appreciate and be inspired, and also like be inspired by you. There's an emphasis on children here. That could be very specific for some of you. But I'm seeing your presence is an influence on generations. Okay, so That's what I see for you guys. I also just saw a brown dog. That might be specific for someone. A brown dog. So, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Group number 3. So, I wanted to pull your cards live, but I'm not sure about the illustrations on these, so I did not do that, but I did just skim them. I figured, okay, let me go ahead and start this video now. So I heard the song I Want It That Way, and I feel a beggar type of energy. So this was actually the first card that fell out, and then this whole group came out, and I thought, perfect, of course. So it does feel like someone from the past. I feel the words, I hear the words and kind of feel them too, all grown up. So it's someone from your past. It's been a while since you've heard from them. They're all grown up, and at least they feel like they're all grown up. And it's a feeling that they want to address something with regards to you. And then as I say this, I see the man without the shirt here, the Hierophant. And then I see here, I've never noticed this. This is the first time I've noticed in this card that his eyes are wide open. This feels like I was gonna say a soulmate, but I'm not 100% sure here. But what I do know is it's a spiritual connection that this person has been made aware of. It feels as if it's been addressed to them in a telepathic. Is that the word? It's not telepathic necessarily. I mean, it is, because it feels like it was spoken to them through telepathy. But it doesn't feel like it's through another person. So that's why I'm like, I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. It's through a spiritual telepathy, like of another spirit. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not through you. It's not through a psychic. It's not through another person. Like, they heard it. They heard it. And I'm seeing it like there's something written into your timeline with this person. Like, this is meant to be. Like, you were meant to have crossed paths with this person. I'm seeing that you have something of theirs, though. I don't know if this is a physical thing that you have of theirs, or you've been thinking about them lately, or you're consistently been thinking about them. It feels like something that you've been working on, though, with regards to them. Like, it's interesting. Like, for some of you, it feels like something could have been named after them, or maybe you were just talking about them, because there's an emphasis on their name, or it's an emphasis on something of theirs, like some physical thing of theirs. Maybe you were just looking at something of theirs, like it could be their social media. I don't know. But there's an importance there, because your guides are they're highlighting this, emphasizing this even more, that the message is accurate, like it never left you, and that the reason why you've been burdened about them, or the reason why you have ruminated over them, or over dreamt of them, something like this, like just them being on your mind, not receiving some sort of closure, is because Spirit has a hand in keeping this energetic bond present. And there's something in your contract, like your soul contract, where you guys have been connected for a very long time. Again, if you're a soulmate, then from the beginning. But it feels like you've spent many incarnations or many lifetimes existing with this person. And when I say that, it's like, even if it wasn't incarnations, it's like your spirits have been so close together. And it's like, how can I explain? Okay, it's like if you had an ant in your house, this is the example they're giving me, so hopefully this is going to make sense to you. It's like if you have one single ant in your house, think of how tiny the ant is and how big your house is, and the chances that you had run into this ant, like you have seen this ant. Like, what are the odds that such a tiny little thing, and it's not on food, it's like on some random object in your house, like that you were able to cross paths with this ant? You see what I'm saying? And they want to highlight this because it's not a coincidence, even if it seems like a mere coincidence. Like if that's what you try and tell yourself, like factually, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Like, don't minimize this. Don't try to minimize this. This is very important. This connection is very important, and the fact that this is being highlighted to you and repeated to you is supposed to validate this for you. Like, don't invalidate the almost like the eternal nature, because this person is keeping you open-minded. Like, the connection is allowing your spirit, your awareness of spirit, and spirit in like a plural form, so like the spiritual realm, the spirits, your spirit as self and of all. You know, it's like this person is keeping you aware and expanding your awareness. So don't negate that, because there's a reason why you guys have come together again in this lifetime. There's a reason why that connection that you have, some sort of like physical thing that you're doing or have done, the name thing that I'm like caught up on, or physical thing. There's something impactful about that has energetically connected to them. So this is another part where I'm like, okay, it's not telepathic between you, but there is something about it. So second note about this, that there's a telepathy or like a vibrational pickup from their end of what's going on. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, but they're highlighting the snore and how it's like such a quiet thing. You know, it's like a quiet vibration. And yet, if I was still, and if like, it's like if the world was still, I could feel the vibrations of the snore, and how sound carries a vibration. They're highlighting vibrations here, okay? And the vibration that you have put off with whatever it is that we're talking about when I was caught up on like the material thing or whatever you're doing, this somehow, or the name, whatever connected to them, they have subconsciously picked it up, but spiritually have always been aware, if that makes sense. So like they're, as a person, subconsciously they've picked it up. As their spirit, they have always known this, okay? Now it feels like there's a push in this connection where it has grown. So there's something that has developed spiritually. Personally, it feels like, yes, it just kind of naturally followed the progression. So spiritually, it's been progressing. So of course, in the natural form, in the physical form, and worldly, there's been adjustments as well. So it has grown, something to do with you guys that is going to catapult this into another state. What is this state? I think this person is going to reach out if you're not in contact. If you're in contact with them, it feels like there's going to be some sort of expression, a new expression that hasn't been addressed before. It feels like they're going to be addressing what they feel, whatever they've picked up on. They're going to address it in some form. They're going to be more direct. It feels direct here, a little spontaneous, but direct. Spontaneous because it's unexpected. Your guides want you to know this. They're pointing this out. They're saying this is a golden eagle. So look up the spiritual meaning of a golden eagle. They want you they want you something about learning. What are you saying? There's something about, so what are you saying with this? I'm seeing Shopao. Okay, so this is like, you can look it up if you don't know what Shopao is. It's Siopao. But they're showing like an emphasis on like making Shopao, or learning to make Shopao. And golden eagles, they are in the Philippines as well. So what is this? What is this? Learn. I mean, you might need to learn to make Shopao, okay? You could do that. But it's also something about learning to do something that is going to make things easier. It's like, and it has to do with the spiritual component here. It's not tarot, or, I mean, it could be for some of you, but it feels more of in the mind. So it's like clear, direct connection messaging with this individual, like transfer of information with this person. You know, like you can have telepathic bond with someone, right? Like twins, they have a telepathic bond, best friends, you know, like you're very connected to them. So there's a feeling on that end, focused more on that end of going direct to the source, and that includes being very clear in your intention, in your mind of this, because this physical thing that I was talking about, and that physical thing, like it's like a name or something, I don't know, this could even be you talking about them, looking them up, going to a reader about it, watching readings, or it could be, you know, this reading itself because you're coming to it and I'm talking about it. So it's like that is showing you the power of you mentally, like power of your mind, the connection in your mind, the where like really think about it, again, it goes back to the ant. It's like, what are the odds? Like, what are the odds? So in that regard, look within of the power of your mind, the power of you and your connection to spirit as spirit, and how you can direct that energy to this individual to convey a message that is significant, because you guys are so connected. There is that twin bond for the majority of you, and even if it's just been lifetimes upon lifetimes, or time and time. Kitty cats are eating, so you'll probably hear them running. Oh, hold on, actually, yeah, give me a second. We're stuck in the sunroom. I swear, there's something about food here, because now they're eating. I kept saying show pal. I was even smelling it. There's something to do with food. Make sure you eat. I don't know. Don't neglect your food. Maybe learn to cook something, you know. Focus. It could even be that pay attention if you are a cook or to start to cook. That meditative space that you take, like that could also be a time when your telepathy is the strongest, where you can direct your energy the strongest. So for your focus, that might be like a very psychic time is when you're cooking. Just pay attention to something to do with the food, maybe multiple things to do with food, and just maintain that sense of wonder, and also that wonder of what are the odds, because you are meant to have felt this the way that you have. You're meant to expand in the way that you are. So that's my reading. I will pull one more for you guys, and we will see what this is. A new project, like a newborn baby. Your actions are growing your idea into a reality. So once again, I think that's I'm gonna pull two more because I feel like I should. The top is okay, the prosperity, the top, your actions have resulted in incoming abundance. And the bottom, listen only to love. Don't allow fear to distract you from your divine mission. Keep going. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative projects with with authentic emotion. So again, this is consistent. Look at this peeking out. Inspiration, yes. Your idea is divinely inspired. Take action accordingly to set it into motion. It's confirmation. Again, action, 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 action. Your actions, your thoughts, your ideas are very powerful. And when it's fully concentrated and directed, it is even more powerful, to the point that other people are going to be able to pick up on this other individual is picking up on this, and your growing new project, it is moving into a new state of being, and it's a very positive time for you. Okay, this is prosperous time for you with that. So I think overall your guys are just basically saying to enjoy. Just enjoy. keep working, but enjoy it as it comes in. All right, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I did want to say there is a message that's coming through that your guys are saying, again, confirmation, like you will meet again. All right, bye.